What's going on, folks? Tell me whether or not you like the aesthetic of the sunglasses, because they're hit and miss. But anyway, thank you all for being here, and well, hopefully more people show up and we can get to talking. Because there's a decent amount of things I want to say, and yes, you are correct, Seth. That is White Bat Audio. Please check out White Bat Audio. That is one of the tracks that I used to play probably over a year ago, because this one is a year old. And I kind of, you're low and staticky. Alright. If I had to change the, hang on, 1 second. Give me 1 second. Where the fuck is this static coming from? I don't have the problem on Streamlabs or StreamYard. It's only on Streamlabs. What in the fuck? I have... Ugh. Any better? Any better? I have no idea what the fuck is going on with that. That really pisses me right the fuck off. So, anyway, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and fix this. Audio input capture. We're gonna go to voice meter. We're gonna go to stupid fucking webcam. That seems to be the best. Is that better? Stupid fucking webcam. That seems to be the best. Is that better? Stupid fucking webcam. That's better than the static. Alright, let me see what I can... Let's see what we can do. Alright. Because I don't know... Because if I go to the headset, it's gonna... Let's try the headset. Oh, the headset is so much worse because I can hear myself. I'm one of those folks that... Yeah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Let's see. I'm one of those folks that... Yeah, that's not gonna work. It sounds... That's not gonna work. Let's see. It sounds better, but I can hear myself through the headset, so maybe I can deal. I'll just turn it down a little bit. Is that better? Which do you guys prefer, the webcam or the headset? Urchin Quay. So one's in the chat for the webcam, two's in the chat for the headset, and we'll figure it out. Headset sounds better. Okay, we're gonna play a little bit of... Oh, I have to actually turn the volume on. All right, that works out. Headset is good. Okay. All right, let me plug it in so it just doesn't fucking cut out randomly. I am really pissed at this goddamn microphone. Like, there's no reason this should be. Hey, I actually got it in the first time. Anyway, that all being said, do you guys like the sunglasses? I can take them off. I mean, it's no deal to me. I just got them on. I don't know where my hoodie is, so I can go all black. However, comma space, I do have something cool that I got that goes with these things over those things over here. It's actually complementary. Not to that. I gotta pick that up. To this. This is an 8mm
film camera, like a video camera, movie camera. It's pretty awesome. You actually wind it up. Wait, what? I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I got that. But then I got this. And what is this? Well, this is actually the projector for the film that goes with that camera. So I have the whole complement of it. Pretty fucking awesome. I am excited to just, well, even if I can only display these, that's awesome to me. So I gotta find a place on the shelf for those. So yeah, thank you all for being here. Um, hopefully while Dave is talking, it doesn't like play back in my ears as much. Uh, yeah, let me know what's better, the sunglasses or the microphone. I don't really give a shit. Anyway, so I'm a little watching and cooking. Ooh, what are we cooking? So let me say what's up to the chat real quick. Thank you so much, Mango, for putting links out there. Uh, Work's slowing down, so if you guys want to throw me a couple bucks, if I reach $100 by the end of the night, I will eat all of these sardines. And they're sardines and hot sauce. I've never had a sardine, so new experience. Um, Thank you for being here, Seth. Of course, Mango, I just said that. Hyun, um, full name Hyanis. um, Two Guns, thank you for being here. And he says, hey, stinkies. None of us are stinky. I just took a shower. Supposedly. Anyway, allegedly. Underhaven, dumbass Dave. Yes, Dave is about to prove how stupid he is. Pecan, also nice to see you. And I'm making mole rice, mashed potatoes, and tortilla. Mashed potato. Ooh. I want to eat all of that because I love mashed potatoes and tortillas and rice, and I want all of it. Oh, not mole rice, mole. Yes, mole rice. Okay, even better, 10 times better. So let me know what you guys think of the aesthetic, and I will either keep it or get rid of it. I might just keep it because, well, you know, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, Dave's an idiot. So, here's the thing that's going on. Did you guys know that Israel and Palestine don't like each other? I know. Fucking wild. Totally, totally out of the blue. Didn't really figure that was a thing these days. But, so Hamas attacked Israel, and it was a large scale operation. So Hamas, I don't support Hamas, nor do I support the Israeli government. Let me make that very clear. I do not support either side of the combative parties. All right, too easy. Uh, so Hamas sent in a shitload of rockets, and by a shitload of rockets, we're talking thousands of rockets, which the Iron Dome was not prepared for. They were prepared for hundreds of rockets or dozens of rockets. They were not prepared for thousands. We're talking 2 to 5,000 rockets that came in within a short period of time, and that's what killed a lot of civilians. And Israel responded in turn, and they killed a lot of uh, Palestinian civilians. Now, here's what you have to keep in mind: it's killed. They killed them. They were killed. When you look at some of the reports coming out, it's like, well, the Palestinians or the Israelis were killed, but the Palestinians were they died. It's no, both of them were both parties were killed. All right, a lot of people were killed. They were wounded. They were maimed. There's a lot of strife coming out of this, and it's in the civilian sector. This is not just, it's not like soldiers going to war where soldiers get, killed and wounded and maimed and things like that. That's a whole different story. When it comes to civilians, it's totally different because civilians are not, the main target, should not be the main target of any attack. Now, if you want to say, oh, Hamas is a terrorist organization because they primarily target civilians, well, then is Israel not doing the exact same thing by primarily targeting civilians? And we had this discussion on Underhaven about how there's a if you give you're going to give a certain window. Even during the bombing of Hiroshima, they threw out leaflets saying evacuate the city or you're going to be bombed, and a lot of people did not heed that call. And it's a lot of that had to do with like, where do we go? We can't just get out of there. And then obviously we dropped a little boy onto Hiroshima, and it caused hundreds of thousands of deaths. And people died horrifically. And the same thing has happened. I mean, throughout warfare. So people were given a certain amount of time. Now, 24 hours is not a significant amount of time to get 1 million people out of an area when they literally have nowhere to go. Their choices are like the harsh desert, um, militant areas, or places that are not going to accept them, and they just like string along the border. So what do you do, as a civilian in that situation? So there's a lot of things going on, and in this conflict currently, I don't think there's anybody that's right. Israel has been basically poking and prodding at Palestine for decades. And Palestine found a way in, they struck back, and they did, or I would say Hamas did what they felt was necessary to strike back. And Israel got pissed off that, they got sucker punched, essentially. It's like, oh, they had their hands up, and then all of a sudden, Hamas found their weak point and fucking bopped them on the chin. And now Israel's pissed off about that. Wouldn't you be? I would be. Same thing that happened with us during 9/11. We had we have all of the military, and then we got hit like out of the fucking blue, basically. And what did we do? We basically were just like, okay, well, we have all of the military. So the point, uh, the point it boils down to is let the combatants fight each other. Do not get the civilians involved. Civilians are going to get killed. That's going to happen. There are people who cannot leave. They have nowhere to go. But you want to minimize that, and you want to make sure that you provide the humanitarian aid. And the humanitarian aid that we need is for each side to be like, hey, look, we're going to, like, just because you're, a citizen, like you're not a combatant, you need to get the fuck out of here, and we're going to occupy your house as a fortification. That would be the most logical. Now, I know I guess there are like videos and reports of Hamas committing atrocities. Don't agree with it at all. 100%. Worst thing that they could do. It does not justify Israel doing the same thing. Nor does it justify anything that Israel has done prior to that, like Israelis going into Palestinian houses and literally just taking them over, or illegal settlements and everything like that. None of this is justified. And I'm not trying to sit here and solve peace in the Middle East. That's not at all what's going to happen in this situation. I'm just trying to give you guys a little bit of context on where I stand and who I'm with. I'm with the people that are suffering. And the people that are suffering are on both sides. So, when we go into what Dave's dipshit ass is going to say, I want you to keep that in mind, that I, as an American veteran, understand human suffering, and I understand the combat side of it. I'm not some, Navy SEAL that's been through, thick and thin. I'm not the lone survivor. I'm not an Army Ranger or anything like that. But I do have the understanding of being both a civilian that wants to not see civilians die, and being a soldier that wants to not see soldiers and civilians die. I understand that in times of war, people will die. That's going to happen 100% of the time. It's kind of the point of war. But if we can minimize the amount of civilians that die needlessly, then I think we can strive towards a little bit more of a justification of war. And I don't think that's ever going to happen in our lifetimes, where we just have people who, when they find a leaflet, they get the hell out of there. But at the same time, it's something that I'm hoping for. Now, when we go into what Dave is about to say, I want you to take everything that I just said into consideration, because what he says is literally the opposite of how you justify war. Thank you. Deep throat. All right. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. I just went through that little spiel. Sorry. Now, here's the thing about the United States military. Before I begin with Dave, uh, I was working in the suburbs today. If you go check out my latest short, it's pretty funny. Uh, I walked out to my car. I was just going to get my phone charger. And what flew overhead, I was just like, anytime I hear a helicopter, I'm like, what is that? And I thought it was a Black Hawk. It's like, it doesn't sound like a Black Hawk. Like, there's something different to it. Well, it was actually two Apache attack helicopters that were flying overhead. And we're talking about, Cleveland. There was no air show that was going on, right? So, like, why are these Apaches flying overhead? Well, what I surmised is that, a mile or two up the road from where I was working is a very large Jewish community. And what I'm thinking is these Apache pilots are uh, getting trained on how to identify what do Orthodox Jewish people and synagogues look like from the air if you're not familiar with them, because you don't think, I mean, you think that every pilot is familiar with the entirety of the earth. No, hell no. So they have to figure out, like, okay, well, we're probably going to get deployed over to areas that are you know intertwined with Muslims and Jewish folks, so we have to know who is who based off of their headdress, or their clothing just from the air, and we can figure out if we're striking the right targets. And I'm I'm in Ohio, so that gave me the fucking heebie-jeebies thinking about that. And yeah, so let's watch Dummy Dave dumb himself down like the dummy dipshit that he is, and maybe we'll, we'll go a little bit more into it. If you guys want, I can go back into the stream a little bit because he does say a bunch of egregious shit, but this is mostly just going to be talking about the current conflict and everything like that. Bloop. And ugh, ugh, Dave, Dave, you suck. Ugh, Toppin' Dave. Ooh, excuse me. Also, fun fact, he got so pissy that me, Iron Gullet, and Phoenix were, contradicting him that he went to Twitch.
Hello.
That was tonight.
Exactly, that's a statement. And by the way, non-binary doesn't fucking exist.
Citation. Non-binary does exist. I don't understand. Dave, you make claims. I hate to stop it like right here, but Dave, you make claims and then you expect everyone else to do your fact checking, actually provide some facts. For the last, 20 fucking minutes, I provided facts about the things that I'm willing to talk about. And it took you all of, 30 seconds to contradict your ability to do research.
You're either male or you're female, and you cannot change that.
Oh, fair enough. Yes, you're either male or you're female, but those are sexes. They're not genders. Gender is a spectrum. So, ooh, double fail.
End of story.
End of story, Underhaven. He reminds me of a Klingon. Don't do the
Alright,
Klingon like that.
I'll do this thing. Tim Pool
The
starts it off, but
Klingon were a
Big
warrior
Sand Cedar
race.
does it again.
He'd be
Children,
thrown off of the.
it's war. And war is fucking hell.
Oh, damn, Dave!
It is not.
Hey, Dave! Dave, when was the last time you were at war? When was the last time you were at war? When was the last time you served? Huh? How would you know? You've never left your fucking hometown. I'm just saying, if you want to know war is hell, go to war. You know who talks about war and it being hell? People who have been to war and are willing to share their experiences, which is a very minuscule amount of the people who have been to war. It's pretty wild. Most people just don't say a goddamn thing about it. That's why you don't ask a veteran, how many people have you killed? Because they will more than likely just fuck off. They'll just walk away. Anyway, Dave. Sex is a spectrum as well. They're intersex people. Intersex? Someone want to explain that one to me? I'm saying biological sex. I mean, intersex, you could say hermaphroditic, I guess. Intersex. I don't know. Bill Portley explained it to me. And DDS people? What is DDS? Because the only DDS I know is orthodontists. Ron. They don't know about the jihad? What? Ron. Okay. Y'all explain it in the chat.
Not just Hamas, reportedly calling for jihad worldwide and to be martyrs. We have much lighter statements, but still.
Phoenix,
Okay,
there is
intersex
no
does not mean
non-binary. There
hermaphrodite.
is
Okay,
no
I'm willing to be
nothing.
wrong. I'm willing to be called out. That's fine.
You have you have 4 sexualities and 2 genders. That's it. End of story.
Reckless and serious coming from Lindsey Graham.
That's no. Klinefelter syndrome, XXY. Okay. All right. Heon or Underhaven, hit me up in Discord and explain this to me, and I'll read it out loud to, unfuck myself. I'm working on like fucking 12 hours of work and not enough sleep. So, what about hot chicks with big dongs? Look, hey, if that hot chick has some big dong, as long as I can go honk honk, maybe I might be down. Ain't going in my mouth though. She going ATM. It's okay. She's a banker.
Who said we're in a religious war and calls for Israel to level
I think
the
I need to go to
place.
bed.
The bloodlust is terrifying and it's
Send you a
palpable.
quick description.
And
Okay.
I think.
Well,
Okay.
Tim, despite what your pussy ass.
Okay, shut up. You're an idiot. All right, let me do this. Don't switch. People who are intersex have genitals, chromosomes, or reproductive organs that don't fit into a male-female sex binary. Okay. Okay, that's hard for me to imagine, but I'm also, like, really fucking tired. Let me read it one more time. People who are intersex have genitals, chromosomes, or reproductive organs that don't fit to an. Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. All right. Yeah. All right. I'm tracking. Had to read it. Had to read it twice. All right. Bussy exists. I got you. What's going on, Mindy? All right. Yeah. And those people should not be excluded from society just because they exist. I agree. All right. We're making history tonight, folks. Partially. First of all, Dave, it's really funny that you would call Tim Pool a pussy because you spout off the same shit that Tim Pool says all of the fucking time, and he just makes a shitload more money than you. But you're both the same amount of being a pussy. You just don't get it.
Views
But
are,
it's
like it or not, and at some point you're going to have to accept this. There are two ways to view
Black
the world.
Beanie Peel.
One is through the Western lens. The other is through Islam. These two worlds are going to collide, and only one of them is going to get out alive.
All right, this is where we get into Dave not understanding a fucking thing. If you guys go back to the first, 20 minutes of me fucking talking, you'll actually understand the succinct, overview of what's going on. Now, we're going to hear a dumbass try and actually figure out, or try to figure out, peace in the Middle East, which he's banking on Israel destroying Islam, which you can't destroy an ideology. And I know that because, well, hey, I have a global war on terrorism medal. And they're still terrorists.
And I want that to be us.
Most regular people don't want any of it. I don't think the Israeli civilians wanted any of it.
Good
And I
night,
don't think that
Chastity.
the majority of Palestinians want any of it. But conflict is
Yeah,
conflict. And
Chastity.
sometimes
Yeah, chastity. It's chastity. It's not that hard. In fact, she kept calling me by my first name in your chat. I think it's a she. Anyway, they kept calling me by my first name in your chat, trying to get under my skin, and I just told them to go to divots.gov and search Sergeant Dylan Grace. That person is not very intelligent. Then again, they're a fan of yours.
people don't back down.
Oh,
I don't know what the
fuck
answer
it,
is,
Your name's Chastity.
but I can tell you this is
I'm gonna take these off, actually.
this one's scary. I don't like when I hear
It kinda hurts
Republicans,
my eyes.
anyone for that matter, saying we should be involved, we should intervene, we should go to war. No. Blowback.
Oopsie.
Look, I don't believe at this moment the U.S. should get involved in the war. I agree with you, Tim.
Actions we take in my generation,
All right. First of all, you don't have any reason to agree or disagree with it. Hence the reason you gave no reason to agree or disagree with it. I don't think the U.S. should be involved because I understand geopolitics, and a statement was said by Biden, or the Biden administration at least, saying that, look here, listen, we're the United States of America. Like, we're going to destroy whoever fucks with whomever. And this is the statement was similar to what happened in Kosovo, Bosnia, or Bosnia Herzegovina. I don't know, it's the same Kosovo, whatever. It's been a while since I did this report. But basically the U.S. is saying, don't move forward. Otherwise, everybody's going to get fucked up. And unfortunately, by everybody, they kind of exclude Israel. And, we know what happens when the U.S. excludes war crimes. Not to say that they have, which they have, but let's just say that it's not a good idea to... I don't want World War III to go into the Middle East, because then it's just going to bleed over into all of Asia. Because you have Ukraine and Russia, China, Taiwan. It's just going to escalate into World War III. And the United States military is... This year, we're probably going to hit $1 trillion in military spending. We literally have all of the shit to fuck people up with. I would rather have my Fallout 4... I would rather have my Fallout 5 be on Xbox as opposed to real life. Can we get that? Can we do that instead? Jesus Christ. Biden makes me want ice cream. Oh, you got... Because he licks it so well?
not seen a successful intervention by the U.S. It's all been a disaster. So no. But now we
A
have
woman a fan of Dave?
the founding member of Hamas,
Questionable
Khalid
as to
Mashal,
their
calling for global
sex or
jihad.
gender.
So I hope you are vigilant. I hope, to
Vigilant.
whatever capacity you are capable, you are protecting yourself, your friends, your family.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Tim, it's 6:06 in the middle of the country. Nothing's fucking happened.
What?
Now watch as sunlight pours through my room as a fucking nuclear bomb goes off.
What?
I recommend looking into Second Amendment provisions. What I mean to
keep
say
forgetting
is, like, I
Tim
can't tell you
Pool
how to
and
defend
Andy
yourself,
Worski
but
aren't the
I think
same
you should do the
person.
research and figure it out and find someone who can give you the proper
I
advice on
haven't
something.
I
Look,
haven't
you really
listened
want
to
to
like
secure
Andy.
the country, Tim? Secure the fucking border!
All right, well we'll get into that. I haven't heard from Andy Worski since he did those like the green screen things where he told those stories. Like that was funny, but I don't give a shit about like the internet blood sports thing. But yeah, if you put them next to each other in the same outfit, I wouldn't know a fucking difference. Um, Also, why is Andy Worski wearing JF's clothes? Just saying. Can we all agree that Dave looks like comic book guy from The Simpsons that was born with fetal alcohol syndrome and got dropped down a flight of stairs? He looks like he looks like he looks like low budget Cthulhu. And by low budget, I mean no budget. Andy Worski is the reason all the new right-wing people are in Dave's chat. He does a podcast where Worski and his co-host keep calling him King Dave. Are you shitting me? You gotta be fucking kidding me. That's not true. They gotta be facetious about that. It is. Oh my god. Somebody send me a link. Oh my fucking god. I'm not kidding you. Yeah. Go ahead and send me a link with a timestamp. I would be willing to laugh my fucking ass off at that shit. Andy Worski, someone who's actually like was at least seemingly intelligent. Am I thinking of the same Andy Worski? Oh, what's going on, Lamore? Worski's still stinging up the place. All right, dope. I'll check it out in just a second. Yeah. Same Worski. Holy fucking shit, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Oh no. You, you, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Oopsie. Oh no. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, it's all good. I got,
All
shut
of
up,
their
Dave.
bombing clues. It's
Surrounding Israel. Normally do this, but considering the circumstances.
Alright. You have gotta be fucking kidding me right now.
Now, if you haven't seen the War Corpse versus Actual Jake saga up until this point, you gotta go to the Kino Casino clip channel. You gotta see all the battles that they've been having. But Actual Jake used to do a show called The Bible Reloaded.
Man, I really miss that intro, not gonna lie. That was a great intro. Also, the Bible Reloaded, like Bible Man.
Hugo and Jake, which was an atheist Bible study. It was really cringe. It was the ultimate tip fedora.
No, it actually wasn't. It was actually really fucking good. These guys are trying so hard. Do you know how I know they're trying so motherfucking hard? Oh, oops. Look at my bunk ass setup and look at theirs. Guys, You're on like a fucking weird ass shitty green screen with everything going on. You're trying to attract all of the attention, but it's just too much going on. And you're talking about the Bible Reloaded? You know who I watch from the Bible Reloaded? Nobody. Nobody. I don't even watch actual Jake, let alone Hannah Reloaded. Like I'm still subscribed to Hannah Reloaded, and I'll get her fucking streams in my chat, and I'll be like, all right, well, I'll listen to that if I get the chance. But normally I just go to like Simon Whistler, the casual criminalist. But I do so much shit with machinery that I can't even fucking listen to it because I don't have headphones. Or if I do have headphones, I don't I don't want to fucking not hear my machine malfunctioning. Damn, dude, this is so sad. This is so sad. Oh, man. Oh, fucking Jake got full of cringe, but he's still somewhat better than Dave, the Snordall. Yeah, like, apparently, from the little bit that I've seen, Jake got his ass handed to him by, what is it, Captain Sunday, or whatever the guy's name is. Mangle, no. Dude fucking handed him his ass because Jake is really smug, and Hannah is just sort of like, Hannah's Hannah. She just goes over whatever the fuck and just like streams. It's whatever. I don't really care. But dude, this is so fucking cringe. Guys. You are trying so hard. Oh man.
Dora shit. War Corp 666
clip channel.
is a neckbeard Gamergate legend.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah, that's the only thing he has going for him. Was that he was a neckbeard against Gamergate, and he just so happened to be right once in a while, and now he just fucks everything up. And you guys are on his side. Holy shit.
basically trying to argue
Holy
the righteousness
shit.
of inceldom over being a cock. Jake believes it's better to get pussy and be cocked, whereas Warcorpse believes it's better to never see pussy, but be a real man and not be cocked.
Yes.
I was laughing so hard I farted. Oh my fucking god. Did you say hambone? Hamboning. Oh, dude. What the fuck? Are you shitting me? So these fucking people. These two fucking losers are the reason that Dave has an audience. Holy fucking shit, man. Oh, God. Like, I can't even. I don't know what else to say other than to just laugh at these motherfuckers. This is fucking ridiculous. These two. Like you're you're embracing inceldom. Yeah, there's a decent amount of dudes that have done that, and you know what happened? There's plenty of pictures of them online prior to, I don't know, their demise, I guess we could say. Jesus Christ, man. Dude. I actually interacted with the guy on the right before. He used to show up occasionally on Matt Jarbo's live show. That's kind of not surprising, not to, show Matt Jarbo or anything. I'm just saying, like, he looks like the kind of guy that would be there and just be like, oh yeah, I'm a fan of movies too, or some shit. Like, I'm a fan of $3 Theater, and then just shit on it and be a complete dick. The dude just seems like a fucking tool. And Worski's just sitting there, just like, yeah, and letting this guy just take. Oh man, he was just there to troll Jarbo, which, like, you know, me and Matt Jarbo have something in common. We both like movies. We've also been swatted.
They had a debate that turned from who makes a better steak. Not even kidding.
Well, they debate for hours about who's the better cook.
Hours, and we
No, actually, what happened was, Dave went from who makes the better steak to 10 other different topics and wouldn't let Phoenix actually answer. And then when she tried to answer, he got confused and then tried to move the goalpost and got pissed off. I would love to see these guys. Underhaven, please let them review me and Dave. Me versus Dave. Because Dave tried to pin me down like 10 different fucking times. And I was just like, I don't give a shit. I don't care. No, that's not me. You don't know who I am. Let me explain. And then he couldn't do it because he was just trying to speak in generalities. I would fucking love that shit. And these two fucking losers. Oh my god, dude. How much more do you have to have going on in your background to have people watching you? What is it? Almost 2,000 views. You know who has more than 2,000 views? Not me per video. That's for fucking sure. However, Space, like Nova. And you know what she does? She just streams on StreamYard. That's it. She doesn't need all of this shit going on in the fucking back. Why do you need 16 different fucking neon lights and slot machines? And what the fuck is this camera doing? Oh my god, dude.
8 hours drinking and smoking weed, watching this. Lord of Patriarchy has to be one of the greatest performers.
He really is. He's a legend.
He really
Before there was live streaming, there was War Corp 666.
Okay.
Before there was anything, really, there was War Corps. He was still around when there were stars on the YouTube rating system instead of a like and dislike.
Me too.
Oh,
Can anybody ever rate a video like 3 stars? It was either 5 or 1.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like, because I'm gonna give this 3 1/4 stars.
You know what?
4 1/4 stars. The king is here.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude. Okay, no. Anna, you're fucking with me. This isn't real. These guys aren't. They're being facetious. You gotta be fucking with me. You gotta be. Like they're not actually saying this in they're saying this in jest. I don't think I can accept the truth of it. This is the funniest fucking thing. This is absolutely ridiculous. These two fucking, oh my god. Yeah, is it a long con? Are they playing the long game? I feel I there's no. Well, I know Worski's a real idiot. I don't know about the other guy. I don't know who the fuck that dude is. But there's no way. There's no way. I feel like uh I think Pecan actually hit it on the head. I think this is a long con. And just make fun of Dave. And later in this video, they're starting to side with Dave. They gotta be playing the long con. There's no fucking way. What in the fuck? If yeah, Dave is a king. I mean, he's definitely built like he's lived off of privilege. He talks like he's lived off of privilege. He talks like he's never left his hometown or been to battle, but he's, I guess been trained for it. Oh. And you stop with the red, they are not doing the person in yellow any favor. He is so white, the red's giving him patches. Yeah. I think I think that's just, he just sort of like immediately goes to his elbows when Worski tells him, get on your knees. His momentum just takes him forward. So the carpet burns. Holy fuck. Yeah, the only thing, well, Dave's been trained to battle in the way, a 5-year-old has been trained to say no to a cupcake. No. These guys are not real. I refuse. We will watch this shit. I'm gonna keep this one. We're gonna watch this on a different on a different thing. Yeah. If y'all want to donate, I would rather eat these sardines than watch this shit. So if you guys want to give me not only get me to the $100 mark where I'll eat these sardines, but I will eat these sardines while watching these two fucking idiots. All right. On to something less stupid. Man, is that saying something?
Head over to
Okay, I'm gonna skip over.
Wait, this just gets better. This night just gets better. Tim Pool is fucking shilling out the shit bucket meals. Oh god, dude. Yeah, you're a right-wing fucking shill when you start shilling out the fucking apocalypse food stuff. Like, goddamn, dude. You're just in it for the money. Everybody knows that. Anybody with like 3/4 of a fucking brain can figure that shit out. You know, even 3/4 of a brain missing, most people are just gonna be like, yeah, that tracks. This dude doesn't know what he's talking about. I would trust, I would trust far more people that I've seen, try to start a chainsaw between their fucking legs than I would with Tim Pool and a gun. He'd be the only one. He'd be the only motherfucker that. He'd be that dude that shoots a blunderbuss in the middle of fucking World War III, thinking he's gonna have a fucking advantage. Oh, I saw it on the internet. The boner buckets. Oh, God. Oh, dude. Dude, this went so much. This is fucking. Fuck me. This is hilarious. There's so much more to this. I was like, I'm gonna turn that down. turn your camera down. Oh. I thought we were gonna be talking about Palestine and Israel. Now I'm just like, what the fuck did I walk into? I got a whole ass other show scheduled for, I don't know, whenever I can get to it.
Doing all this bullshit.
InfiniteReadyMeals.com. Let's read the story from American Military News, and then we'll
And again, I would like to point out, if Donald Trump was president, we would not have this problem.
look at where we are. Video of Michelle's call to...
No, 100%, this problem would be worse than you would have expected. Because I have said this many, many a times. We are pretty much living in World War III. World War III is going on. It's not just going to happen like we think of it in the history books. It's a gradual progression. We're getting into World War III. And everybody wants to think about World War III as like, oh, people are going to be starting to launch nukes, a mutually assured destruction, fallout, and all that shit. No, we're getting into World War III. Nobody wants to launch nukes because they know the implications of that. We're getting into World War III, and Donald Trump being in office literally would have just exacerbated every problem. He would have immediately capitulated to Russia and not given any aid to Ukraine, pulled out of NATO, forcing NATO to fend for itself and all of the European nations to actually aid Ukraine. And he would have been like, well, why don't we aid Russia? And then we can aid China in taking over Taiwan since we aided Russia in taking over Ukraine. And it would have just been a complete free-for-all. And, Hamas may have not done this because the U.S. would have just given more aid to Israel, or they would have gone on the defensive, and the U.S. would have been like, why don't we just go after Palestine through Israel? That's how I would have seen it had Donald Trump been in office, because Joe Biden sucks. He's not a good president. He's not a good leader. But Donald Trump is leaps and bounds worse. So significantly worse that we have Joe Biden as president. Now think about it like this. Who would you rather have as president? Joe Biden or the guy that lost a presidential election to Joe Biden and subsequently got so mad that he made his supporters storm the Capitol and murder police officers. Who would you rather have? I'm thinking the former, not the latter. Just saying. Just saying. Maybe I'm a little bit more of a rational person and, not Dave.
Violence was posted on YouTube and remains up on the platform as of Wednesday at 10 a.m., according to a translation and analysis of the video by Brother Rashid. Mishal reportedly referred to his proposed day of anger as the Friday of Al-Aqsa flood, which will, quote, send a message of rage to Zionists and to America. The most important thing.
You know what? We should have finished this fucking religion at 9/11.
He asked all Muslims around the world to carry jihad by their souls, to fight and be martyrs for Al-Aqsa. He wants Muslims to fight against the Jews, starting with Muslims who live in countries surrounding Israel. Rashid explained. He said this is the time for jihad to be applied on the ground.
Yeah,
rather
I don't
yikes.
think this is the video that I watched.
Yeah, I don't think that's a statement you should have said either. Well, considering it's you would have said it anyway. Because you're a piece of shit. So, you don't understand literally anything. This is the dude that literally, like, never left his hometown. And there's a comedian that I saw on, he's like TikTok or whatever. He's like the guy that never left the hometown, but he's at the bar and he's hanging out with everybody. He's like, oh yeah, you remember when I played, quarterback or whatever? Dave, you're the guy that never left your hometown, but nobody ever talked to you in the first place. Like, nobody knows about you. Nobody cares about you. Like, you were a loser from the fucking beginning, and you're gonna be a loser till the end. Like, this is your legacy. This is what you have. This is why your family doesn't fucking talk to you, dude. I can have disagreements with my family, but I'll have disagreements with my family like over the phone at the very least. I'll tell them straight to their face. I fucking disagree with you about that. But at the same time, we're all gonna be at the same fucking barbecue. And guess who's cooking? This guy. Don't fuck with my grill. I'm really pissed about the last time somebody fucked with my grill. Because I had COVID. But anyway. Oh my god. And, he never talks about high school because he was a fucking dork and a loser in high school. Was I, like, the most popular dude in high school? Fuck no. Do I care about it? Absolutely not. Because high school doesn't matter. If you talk about high school, because I'm 33 years old, and I find somebody that, I know, and they start talking about high school, I find them to be just deplorable. I'm just like, wow, dude. Oh, like, what have you done since then? Shouldn't you be, like, having a family or something? Like, I'm not even married. I got a dog. Like, bro, like, I get out of it. Unless it's, hey, you remember that time we were in that game and, like, you got that slap shot off, or you caught that slap shot and fucking, like, threw it down, and all of a sudden you got that goal? That was fucking awesome. Yeah, we can talk about that. But, nah, dude, if you're gonna be like, yeah, this one time in high school, fucking grab that football out of the air, and then I landed, right on the finish line. Yeah, nobody fucking cares. The goal line. I don't play football. The only time I've heard you talk about high school was when you were reminiscing about hockey or telling a story of some shit. Yeah, that's 100% true. Because I love hockey. And Mango showed me Shorzy. And I was just like, she had to stop showing me Shorzy because I was just like, I just want to go play hockey now. Like, I miss playing hockey. And I would tell her stories about playing hockey. Speaking of which, Dave is upset that Taylor Swift is dating Travis Kelce. I went to school with Travis Kelce for 12 years. I played hockey with his brother, Jason. And they're both kind of just douchebags. That's it. Like, they've always just been big dudes that are good at sports, and that's it. They're just douchebags. So, who cares? I guess Taylor Swift is working on her new album. uh, it's 2 episodes in, the new season comes out. Yeah. And the whole time I was just like, I just want to play fucking hockey. And I kept telling Mango, I was like, yeah, I remember playing hockey and this one time. And a lot of this was like, not even when I was in high school. It was in like middle school when I was telling her about like the times I played hockey and the hockey rinks I played in. For instance, there was this one time we played hockey in this one ice rink, and they had to like cancel the game because the air condensed right above the ice, because I played ice hockey, of course, because I'm not a bitch. I don't play roller hockey. And the air condensed, and there was a fog over the entire... You couldn't see shit. So there was a fog over the entire rink, so that they were just like, go to your benches and whatever. And then when we got to like the benches, we actually went to the locker room. They're like, yeah, they're gonna cancel the game because nobody can see shit. So we were like, all right. I think it was like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm in middle school. I was like, I don't care. I'm gonna go back to bed. Oh man, yeah, Lord, I got him. Lord, I got him started. All right, catch a lizard reading a hockey romance book. No, you won't catch me reading. Unless
Whatever.
it's the
Anyway,
Bible.
Tim Bull started going about how
The Lizard Bible.
you have civilians killed in war.
Oh,
No
here we
shit,
go.
it's a fucking war!
Hey, fun fact. Civilians aren't supposed to die. It's called collateral damage. Collateral damage is not something that you want. It's something that you're supposed to minimize. You're not supposed to target civilians in war. You target combatants. Now, if you don't make a distinction between combatants and civilians, then we get into the weeds and you get into war crimes. It's the same thing that happened between Russia and Ukraine, because Russia was targeting civilian areas and they weren't distinguishing between combatants and civilians. They were targeting civilian areas and they were targeting Ukrainian civilians. Now that most Ukrainians are essentially combatants and the rest have fled Ukraine or are trying to rebuild or do what they can to supply the Ukrainian military to fight against the Russians, then they have all become legitimate targets in the law of war. If you launch an attack, for instance, if the United States launched a missile into, let's say, I don't know, Syria, and they targeted strictly an apartment building that had no combatants in it, then that would be a war crime. That's not something you're supposed to do. Fun fact, Obama authorized a drone strike on a wedding that had no combatants and no leaders in it and killed multiple civilians. Just saying, you don't understand war. You don't understand the laws of war. There's somebody that has to go in after that, and there's something that you don't understand, Dave, that's called mopping up. And if you ever watch the movie Patton, actually, don't even watch the movie Patton. Just look into the originality of tank warfare. Tanks did not survive because there was no understanding of supporting infantry, because tanks could just blow shit up and they could just roll over trenches and everything, but if you have nothing behind them, then you could have countermeasures, but everybody behind them had to go through and actually mop up. Read Slaughterhouse-Five, because Kurt Vonnegut talks about his time in the war, where he had to actually go through, and that's what his job was, mopping up. You don't fucking get it. You are not supposed to specifically target civilians. Just because civilians died does not make it okay that war happened. It's not just something you brush off. You've never dealt with anything like this because you never left your fucking hometown. You've never done anything in your life, and you've never expanded your mind outside of that fucking, I don't know, tiny ass room that you've been in for 14 fucking years. Why do I say 14 years? Because Mango has showed me that you've been in there for 14 fucking years, dude. You don't get it. These are real people with lives, with families, with aspirations, with something going on other than living in the same fucking room with the same mini fridge. And, you know, I know you got a flat screen on the other side of the wall instead of the fucking CRT that you used to have on your fucking mini fridge. Congratulations. It took you 3 years to get rid of the labels underneath your clocks that you broke and weren't set at the same time. Good job. You're safe. You're sound. Unlike the people that you're shitting on. What's going on, Yami? I've had a few soliloquies. I'm going to sleep good tonight.
Sorry, life sucks! So now we're going to go to Mike the Faggot.
Well, anybody want to report his channel?
World leaders green light, far right, Israeli government's whatever, blah, 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 blah.
If there's no water, there is no way out of Gaza. What should we do? Like, drown? Like, commit mass suicide? Is this what Israel wants? And we're not going to do that. And I was telling some friend the other day that I'm an academic. Probably the toughest thing I have at home is an expo marker. But if the Israelis invade, if they barge at us, charge at us, open door to door to massacre us, I'm going to use that marker, throw it at the Israeli soldiers, even if that is the last thing that I would be able to do. And this is the feeling of everybody. We are helpless. We have nothing to lose.
Then pick up a gun.
He doesn't have a gun. He literally just said, I don't have the means to defend myself against these people if they come to me because I'm an academic. I'm just an innocent civilian. Dave, I guarantee you, if it came, if fucking, what is it, Red Dawn came to your neighborhood, you know what would happen? You would be the first one shot. You'd be that kid hanging out the fucking high school window when the goddamn Reds came over. Somehow into Colorado. I don't know. That was a weird movie. I feel like he just likes to yell, and if you're a woman, even more. Yeah, 100%. He's just so dumb. He's weak and he's dumb and he has no idea how other people survive. He doesn't understand a fucking thing. And sometimes it's really aggravating. Also, by the way, that was an explosion and this guy had no reaction to it. Had that happened near me, I would have had a reaction. I would have been like, all right, where was that? How close was it? Now, that's what he's calculating in his head, and I can see it in his face. He's calculating how close was that. Is the next one coming through the roof? That's always what I think. Then every time I hear something fucking blow up near me, I'm, boom. Is the next one coming through the roof? Because I've been there. It sucks. It's the worst feeling in the fucking world. And it's the worst feeling in the world when it's just like thunder. It you know, you're laying in bed and all of a sudden lightning strikes across your fucking across your roof. And then thunder hits and you're wondering, is the next one coming through the roof? But it's just thunder. Fuck me, dude.
You just heard from an academic living in Gaza who explained just how bleak the situation is, and towards the end of the clip there, that loud boom that you heard was actually a missile going off near his home. Now, that man is not a Hamas militant, but many people right now are conflating Hamas with all Palestinians in order to justify...
First off, there are no Palestinians because Palestine does not exist.
Let's hear the second off.
Second off, look, if Israel is actually going through the Gaza Strip and killing everyone indiscriminately, you have my support.
What? What? First of all, Palestine is not a state recognized by the United States of America. Whether it's recognized by the UN, Mango, can you look that up for me? Palestinians do exist. Fun fact, one of my soldiers, a United States Army soldier, who is an American, was Palestinian as well. And I'll be goddamned if you say his people don't exist. I talked to him the other night, making sure his family was okay. Because I actually have some kind of fucking compassion, you sack of fucking shit. Jesus fucking Christ. Dave, nobody cares about you. That's clear. 100% clear. Nobody cares about you. But just because nobody cares about you doesn't mean you don't have to care about anybody else. You can change. You can change. You just don't want to because you want the same little, that little microcosm of sycophants in your chat. When 90% of the people that watch you hate watch you. Me, Iron Gullet, fucking Phoenix, I don't know, all of the lurkers, we just hate watch you. The top 3, we just happen to be able to be in chat to fuck with you. And you get pissed off about it because you don't understand how bad of a person you are. I can't stop you from not giving a fuck about other people, but I can educate you. And if you're unwilling to be educated, then that's on you. You're the problem. And if you're too stupid to figure out when you're the problem, well, hey, man, you're always going to be confident. It's true. And Mango, check this out. When you called me out for that particular thing, I said to you, I'm the problem. Correct? Because you know what? A real man knows when he's wrong and can accept it. Yep. And you know how shitty that felt? You don't, actually, Dave. You don't know how shitty that felt because, well, you're just a man-child.
But Israel is also the only country where you can worship freely in that area. And again, while 75% of Muslims are just peaceful people and just want to worship the way they choose, 25% of them support everything the terrorists do. And it is true, the terrorists are about 5%.
So what about, like, Trump supporters and shit like that? Because only, what is it, like, if we scale it down to this, if we put it at the same scale, only 5% of Trump supporters are domestic terrorists. Shouldn't we, hold all of them to the same standard? You're a Trump supporter. Do you not understand how fucking dumb what you're saying is, considering the context of what you said earlier is, Dave?
By the atrocities that are being committed in Gaza right now by this man's government. But as Western governments greenlight an ethnic cleansing and war crimes, everyone...
Mike, I don't...
Shut up, Dave. Driving a Jew for Jesus there. Yeah. You can't worship freely. Like, it's a very contested area. That's the whole reason this war happened. It's a war that's happening, that's been happening for thousands of fucking years. Like, you just don't get it. 138 of 193 members of the UN recognize Palestine as a sovereign nation. The United States is not one of them because the United States does not put Palestine on its military maps as a nation. Mango's gonna correct me here. I know she is. And like when I was in Iraq, we knew of the Christian area because like there was the Christian area, and it was just like it was basically like they had one church, and you know that's where kind of everybody lived, and we had to watch out for this area because it was kind of in a loop of where we went, and we didn't want people attacked there. So it's basically just like Dave doesn't understand so many things about everything. It's so hard for me to explain anything. The Christian area that we went to, like one time it got attacked. And we were like, oh yeah, we didn't hold them to any specific guidelines or anything like that. We were just like, oh yeah, we just have to do whatever. I think someone set off a bomb or something, but it was just like a really small area. But all over the place there were Muslims bombing Muslims, and you know, Arabs bombing Kurdish people, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter. It was just people just wanted to fucking kill each other for the most ridiculous reasons. And Dave, you should understand this, being an atheist, that religion is the stupidest reason to fucking go to war. I would fucking die in a second with a bullet in my chest so that you could be like, I want to spout off my dumb shit. If somebody was telling you and was about to come over on a fucking, ship saying, that dude can't spout off his dumb shit, you better fucking believe it. He just likes saying ignorant shit. He thinks he's got it all down. Dude, the only thing he's got down is fucking, the paper off of a taco from
Taco Bell. I don't know
Taco
how to
Bell.
tell you this. Every war ever fucking fought has had war crimes.
True.
On both sides.
Does that make war crimes good or justifiable? No. The Allies in World War II committed a shitload of war crimes. Does that make the Allies good? No. Does that make the Axis bad? I'm pretty sure I'll take the Allies over the Axis any fucking day. I'm not justifying any war crimes. All I'm saying is there's a morality thing we gotta fucking figure out here. However, space, in modern warfare, we kinda know where our war crimes are happening, and we know what not to do. So maybe we shouldn't do them. If Hamas beheads a child in the streets, does that give Israel the right to bomb an apartment building full of civilians? No! No, it does not! Who's in the right? Nobody is in the right in that point. Nobody's correct. That's not war. That's not how wars are fought. Wars should be fought between combatants. That's why psyops exist. So you drop leaflets. Hey, shit's about to pop off in your area. Get the fuck out. Grab everything you can and get GTFO, bro. You got 24 fucking hours. Well, my mom is disabled. I can't fucking, well, hey, strap her to a fucking, a cart and get her the fuck out of there. Otherwise, shit's about to go down. Dude, it's not, just because these things happen does not make them okay. You're so callous. This is the way my mom talked to me when I was, a young lad, 16 or 17. She said to me, "You're so cavalier about these things. You are far too cavalier about this." And I have actually fucking been there. She watched the first war that was televised, the Vietnam War. She watched that. She saw the fucking moon landing when she was in college, for fuck's sake. And you're gonna sit here and be like, well, people die in war. Like it's fucking 1912. Holy fucking shit. Yeah, people still die of cholera. People still die of COVID because you won't wear a mask or get a fucking vaccine. Because you're too dumb. You're not fucking smart. You're not smart enough to fucking be around your goddamn family, let alone anybody other than the people on the fucking internet that you can keyboard warrior dumb bitch ass at. Jesus Christ. Holy fuck, man. Holy shit. I have never been, dude, you are so goddamn dumb. You are dumbing up this little ass stream that I wanted to do. What am I at? An hour and 36 minutes of you being such a dumb piece of shit that I had to call you out so many fucking times. It's taken me fucking an hour and 36 minutes to get to, 40 minutes of your dumb ass? Jesus Christ. Go get a goddamn haircut, slam that skullet off of your fucking head, shave off your beard, go to a job interview, because we know you don't have a job, and maybe, stop living off of fucking inheritance and stop being such a piece of shit all the time. Jesus Christ. It almost makes me feel bad for saying that somebody doxed you, which, you know what? I don't feel, or I do feel bad that somebody doxed you. Excuse me, I misspoke for a second there. I do feel bad that somebody doxed you because I got fucking swatted. mixed up doxed and swatted. Doxed and swatted. I mixed those two up. But, dude, for fucking real, nobody should dox you because you've never doxed anybody else. That's true, 100%. Never should have happened to you. You should never do it to anybody else. But for fuck's sake, if you get called out, you should at least admit to being called out. Squatter. Here it goes. I saw the chat out of the corner of my eye. Yeah, y'all call me out. Fine. Squatted.
The people you are defending, Hamas, would take your gay ass up to the top of a very tall building and throw it off a roof.
roof. Dialect, not intellect. Anyway, as opposed to the Israelis or the people that support Donald Trump that moved the U.S. embassy to like out of Jerusalem or whatever he did. Dave, didn't you drop an F slur for him before you started this? Pretty sure you did. So, whose side are you on? Squatter. Fuck my life.
Just seems to be okay with it. Everybody seems to be turning a blind eye. Media is only
Because I don't know if you know this, Mike. Islam is not really cool with you being gay.
showing you one side. They're only showing you the suffering.
You're not cool with him being gay either. You called him an F-God. That was how you introduced him. He's not defending Hamas. Nor is he defending Israel. He's probably going to say the same thing that I said when I started this stream. Hamas is not the good guy. But that doesn't make Israel the good guy either. It doesn't make them the bad guy. Hamas isn't the bad guy either. Here's how it goes. Look, if someone's just like pushing you around, all right, hey, cut it the fuck out. And you fucking pop him in the face. Or, all right, I'm gonna fucking keep pushing you around. You pop him in the face, I'm gonna keep pushing you around. And all of a sudden, you just fucking stab him in the chest. It's like, oh shit, you stabbed me in the chest. Yeah, I popped you in the face several times because you kept pushing me around. What did you think was going to happen? I'm going to defend myself. Does that mean Hamas is like the defenders? They're fucking awesome? No. It doesn't. But Israel really brought this on themselves. They kept poking and prodding. They kept trying to find out what the fucking, they kept sticking their finger in the anthill, seeing what was going to bite. And eventually, they got bit, and they don't like it. So what did they do? They started smashing the anthill. But they're smashing the anthill because they got bit for sticking their finger in the fucking anthill. For fuck's sake, it's not that hard of a concept. Bro. Dave, you're too dumb to figure this shit out. Luckily, I am here to figure it out for you.
Of Israelis, but not Palestinians. And if you're stunned by the brutality of Hamas's attack on innocent Israeli civilians, that is a very normal and human response.
What? Oh, please tell me my downvote thing is working. Of course it isn't. No, so Hamas can kill civilians, but Israel has to fight with the fucking fuck you. No, they threw down the knife. Now they're in the fight. Fuck you.
It is barbaric and shocking.
You didn't say that about Ukraine and Ukraine and Russia. Because Russia threw down the knife, and now they're in the fight. But then you were on the side of Russia. Meanwhile, Ukraine is kicking the shit out of Russia. and Russia is going to have a male population problem for the next, I don't know, 50 years. It's almost like you're showing your bias.
But anger over that is now being used to justify unfathomable brutality against more innocent civilians who did nothing.
Except Hamas is a terrorist organization. We don't know who they are.
Oh, you know who does know who they are? Well, not Israel, because, Israel has been actually surveying them for, decades. You would think that they would know who they are, but they were actually able to break through Israeli lines, like, almost immediately, very easily. And then Israel got pissed. It's almost like, that thing I was talking about where Israel was really ready to go up in a fight, and then they had a short weakness, and Hamas just punched them in the face, and then they got really pissed off, so they just started fucking swinging. I don't know, I might have brought that up earlier. I think it's just that you're dumb and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Then again, I actually pay attention to this shit, and I do not give my support to one side or the other. I give my support to the United States government. And where the United States government says to go, that's where I will go. Simply because I am going to be hopefully going to be a United States Army soldier very soon. And that's how I have to go. My own moral proclivities may prohibit me in, one conflict or another. But in this instance, I am just reporting the facts and my own personal opinion on the situation. So.
And again, you're just fine with Hamas fucking killing civilians. Again, Mike, get your head out of your ass.
You literally, 10 minutes ago, just said you have no problem with civilians dying because it's war. Which is it? Is it war? Or are you against Hamas killing civilians?
If these fucking religious weirdos got their way, you, my friend, would not exist.
Which religious weirdos? Because I'm pretty sure Israel is not that pro, gay, pro LGBTQ plus. And I know Mango has a thing about me not saying LGBTQIA plus, but that's a mouthful.
Nothing wrong. Brutality against people in Gaza who had nothing to do with that attack that we saw on Saturday. So I want to show you the side of this story that you're not seeing from media or hearing from politicians, and I want people to understand that fear and anger and ignorance is leading them, it's leading all of us as a society to accept atrocities on a massive, massive scale. For example, a member of Netanyahu's Likud party in the Knesset is calling for a Jericho missile to be used in Gaza, which is a nuclear weapon. Now, this comes after Israel's defense minister, Yoav Gallant, called Palestinians animals and announced that food, water, and electricity will be cut off, which, by the way, is a war crime. But as a result...
Mike, what would the Palestinians do the other way around?
Well, they're not people, according to you. So, what would they do?
By the way, none of this would be happening if Trump was president.
Actually, this would have happened way quicker if Trump were president, and he would have sent more troops over to uh, the region than are there now. So, fun fact: 2 aircraft carriers, and mind you this, an aircraft carrier group. That means an aircraft carrier, battleships, destroyers, supply ships, and a second aircraft carrier are in the region. The ridiculous amount of firepower that is in the region right now, along with 2,000 troops ready to deploy to simply assist. Like, Dave, go outside and touch some fucking grass. Because you have no fucking idea how big an operation that is. 2 aircraft carriers. Hang on, 1 second. Why don't I look this up? All right. 11. 11 does China have? China, 2 aircraft carriers. France, 1. Germany, total 7. Oh, 16. How do you have 16? Wow. So, United States Navy. United States Navy has 11 large nuclear-powered fleet aircraft carriers. So, we are sending 2 aircraft carriers out of the 11 that we have to this one conflict. You have no idea what's on those aircraft carriers. The elevator that takes literal aircraft. I'm not talking about like just fighter jets. I'm talking about, radar jets and, VTOL aircraft and everything. Those are designed just like literally any other elevator. The elevator has to be able to lift those up if one cable can do it. And they have 7 different cables. So if you go into a hotel and you're like, no, they have 7 cables actually pulling you up with the counterweight. Only one of those cables actually has to work in case the other 6 fail. Fact. The amount of personnel on an aircraft carrier is like thousands of people. We're talking like 2,000 people that are on an aircraft carrier. Good fucking God. I can't believe I am dealing with the dumbest motherfucker I can't even. All right. This dude's got 7 minutes to make me not shit my pants.
And you goddamn know it.
Result, the Al Mazin
Alphabet
Center
Mafia.
reports that the
Okay.
Gaza Energy Authority announced that it has run out of fuel, which means that by the time you see this video, Gaza's sole power plant will no longer be in service, meaning that the population is officially in the dark, and that includes hospitals. They will no longer have the power to treat wounded civilians. And this news comes after Defense Minister Gallant announced that the Israeli military intends to commit more war crimes, as the Times of Israel reports, saying, quote, "I have released all the restraints. We have regained control of the area, and we are moving to a full offense," with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu saying,
Again, Hamas started this war.
Nope. Nope. Debatable at the very least. Go ahead, though.
he has no intention of negotiating, a comment that received absolutely no pushback by President Biden, by the way. And this comes as the Israeli military spokesperson admits that the goal of their bombing campaign in Gaza is damage, not accuracy, meaning that they're going to kill a lot of innocent civilians. And on top of that, there are reports that Israel is using white phosphorus bombs in the western port of Gaza, which is illegal under the 1980 Geneva Convention since they inflict suffocation and burning on people. Now,
Mike, it's war. I don't know how to tell you this, little boy.
showing you a lot of
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? It's war. I don't know how to tell you this, little boy. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up right now. You know what happens when white phosphorus hits the skin? It burns. You know what happens when you try to put it out? It continues to burn. You can't pour water on it. It's just going to burn hotter because it reacts with water. You stupid fuck. White phosphorus is legal in the laws of war in the Geneva Convention for signaling and illumination. However, the United States is one of those countries, I don't know about Israel, but it's the United States is one of those countries that did not actually sign on to the part of the Geneva Convention that disallowed white phosphorus being used as a weapon of war, because white phosphorus, when it burns and it burns until it's done burning. It is horrifying, and it will cause debilitating, horrifying disablements. Dave, I have been to war. You have never left your hometown. Do yourself a fucking favor. Sit down and shut the fuck up. I have seen the minimal amount of death and destruction. Sit down and shut the fuck up. You are not worth anybody's time. And any fucking dipshit neckbeard that calls you king, good God, all they are is content fodder. That all being said, thank you all for being here. I'll see you guys later, and maybe I'll do a stream next, or this week or next week. I don't care. Pea suit,